What's up? You are loud, sir.
Hello, hello, hello,
What a
hello.
hat too. Oh my God.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we had very pumped to chat. So you're the founder of PumpCade, which is an app bringing prediction markets to live chats on every streaming platform, such as Kick and Twitch. And I've been following you, I think, since you launched Token on Pump, and it's been fun kind of watching your, I think, like growing conviction in the opportunity here. So we'd love to just start there and have you share kind of the initial insight and then how that's evolved over the last few months as you started building.
Yeah, sure. So Pumpcade started super simple. I was super inspired by Twitch Plays Pokemon, which was an experiment a couple years ago. It was like tens of thousands of people playing Pokemon in a live stream chat. It was super inefficient, super sloppy, but I loved it. So in the span of like a couple hours, I hacked together my own version where people in a Pump Fun live stream chat could play 2048, the puzzle game. Ran it for 24 hours, took it down, and I was like, wait, I can make this way bigger. So spent a week, built a fully AI autonomous arcade where people could join from the Pump Fun chat. We would generate stats for the players and then simulate everything with AI, track people on the leaderboard, gave out like over 7 grand in the first week. And then I kind of had this eureka moment where it's like, there's all these stream tokens on Pump Fun. They're entirely dead. Like you have these slop streamers like Rasmer and other people, and as soon as the first time they stream, all the speculation is kind of done for their token. There's no volume. It does like 5, 10K volume a day. And what is their incentive to continue streaming? If no one's trading their token, they're not generating creator fees. How do we kind of bring monetization back to this? So just in like a drunken rage, I built an entire Solana wallet embedded into a Pump Fun chat. So it's like a centralized exchange type experience where you deposit, and then basically based on the user and the wallet address, we kind of credit and debit from there. You can now control a Solana wallet from a Pump Fun chat. Built this, and I'm like, wait, this goes way deeper. If you can control a wallet from any live stream chat, you can essentially bet anywhere there's a live stream and anywhere there's a live chat. So this essentially opened up real-time instant resolve prediction markets on any live streaming platform. And to me, this was like a no-brainer because, especially specifically on Pump Fun, you have all these people sitting watching a live stream. There's inherently no tie between the token and the live stream. You have people watching your stream, they have a wallet, they have money, they want to do something with it. Why not let them bet with it? And yeah, this is snowballed like crazy. I launched this a month ago, had no intentions of quitting my job, but here I am now unemployed building this full time. It's been wild.
And when you say prediction markets, is it betting on things that are going to happen in the stream or whatever?
Yeah, so like some of the core examples of this would be like, let's say you're watching someone stream League of Legends on Twitch to 30,000 viewers. Someone can open up a market and it's like, will they get 2 kills before their next death? Or will the opponent team forfeit before 20 minutes? Market opens, everyone can bet, taking the yes or no sides. It's all peer-to-peer liquidity. And then you can resolve something like that with like a League of Legends stats API. Or in the case of Pump Fun, people can be betting on the market cap of the token, the price movement, etc. It essentially starts with all markets that we know we can trustlessly resolve. So there's no counterparty risk, i.e., like the streamer themselves creating a market and just ignoring what the actual results are. So that's how it's going to go.
What's the UX like there? Because I feel like
It is 100% through the live stream chat. So basically, the way that Pump Fun does their live stream chat, I built an entire chat client for it. The way Twitch, Kick, YouTube, all these other platforms do their live stream chats, it's based on WebSockets. And these are inherently always going to be open source because you have all these people building add-ons for the chat moderation tools. So if we can hook into the live stream chat, we essentially have the messages in real time as fast as they're displayed on the screen. And we're just parsing that, looking for users that are, placing bet commands and just actioning it.
Okay, so you're just like at PumpCade or whatever /PumpCade, open a market for
Yeah, not
what?
even. It's just simpler. It's like create market, put like this specific to the market, and then if people want to bet, it's like bet 100K Pumpcade or bet 10 Sol, yes, no, etc. And it's all just driven on the chat, and that's interesting because this lets me do everything on platforms that essentially have no clue what the hell is going on. They don't have to build support for it. I'm just kind of vampiring their live stream chat to do this entire prediction market type platform, like essentially natively.
I'm so bullish on that. I think that opportunity, I hadn't connected that with live chat. I think the opportunity, even just coming over the top with messaging generally, is a really interesting space, especially now that there's maybe some more advanced logic, AI, whatever you want to call it, on the back end. And you don't have to worry about building an app. You don't have to worry about getting somebody to open an app. It's kind of like where they're already interacting. You can kind of just deliver a more full experience on top of it. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's super interesting to me because it's like you kind of don't need to build a lot of your own technology. You don't have to do a lot of things. You really get to just use these other platforms and their user acquisition flows. Like I launched this on Pump. I didn't have to build like a bunch of tech. You already have people on Pump. They have tens of thousands of daily active users that have a wallet that want to spend money. It's like, cool, I'm going to start this on Pump as opposed to building my own little arcade platform because I can just use all of their user acquisition for me.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I'm interested in your decision to launch a token on Pump. We've been having a bunch of conversations recently about the right time to launch a token. Obviously, good reasons to do it early, kind of let your community come in, but also a lot of challenges that come from that. So I know when you launched this, you didn't have the plan for this to kind of be a big thing. Now you do. In hindsight, do you think you launched a token the right way for your vision for this thing now, or would you have done it differently?
Yeah, no, I definitely do think that I did this the right way. Like, obviously, first and foremost, you have to have a token on Pump in order to stream. But the way that I launched the token, it is pretty damn fairly launched. Like, you don't have any like shitty KOLs that came in and sniped 80% of the supply and now they're tweeting about it. Like, if you look at the chart, it kind of defies all other meme coin charts, like currently, because like this was launched as like, oh, it's like this little side project. Whoever wanted to buy it got in. A lot of people dumped it early because they saw that it was like 70K market cap for a week. So the distribution is incredibly healthy for this token. And
Mhm.
I'm kind of happy that I did that and launched the token in a way where like people thought, yeah, it wasn't going to be this big thing. So they kind of like just let it like slip under their radar. And now that it's becoming this big thing, a company and my full time job, everyone's like FOMO'd and they're like, crap, I held 20% of this in the beginning. Now I have none.
Rip. How do you have meaningful exposure to the token?
Yeah, I have decent exposure, not that much. And I kind of like it that way. Like if I held like 50% of this token, I think I would be incredibly demotivated to work on it. I have a very small percentage, and honestly, I'm driven purely off creator fees. And that's why like I
Interesting.
think this whole like ICM meta is interesting, but the more recent like ICM projects that have launched haven't done that well. You have projects like getting $20 million committed, but market cap is only down after it launches. I do think that launching a product in a company is entirely possible on Pump. Their creator fees are crazy. Like in the span of 30 days, PumpCade has generated $70,000. And that was like one of the reasons probably why I was so comfortable like quitting my job with like a newborn and a wife. We just moved like houses and stuff. And I'm like, well, it's generating money. Like this money can fund development rewards, etc. So yeah, I mean, I do strongly think people should launch things on Pump Fun.
So that alignment with volatility seems off from the alignment with me as a token holder. Do you see that as an issue?
Um, I think there's two folds to it really. So it's like obviously the token has like different bands of creator fees at different values and stuff. So creator fees are a lot higher when you first launch a token and the market cap is lower. So people are essentially like working harder in that way. I think I'm working hard. The harder I work is the harder the market cap goes up. So essentially, like I'm not generating as much in fees, but I'm still super motivated to work on this. And I think in terms of a holder, like a lot of people are realizing that this isn't like a simple meme coin to just buy and flip. Like even if it's volatile, like we've seen this thing go to 9 mil, back down to 4 mil. Now it's at like 7 mil or something. And this token is interesting to me because it's kind of changed people's holding patterns. Like I've had people reach out to me and they're like, I normally flip something in like a minute, or my average hold is like 30 seconds on Pump Fun. Why am I sitting here holding Pumpcade 3 weeks later? And it's because I think people are bullish that, this isn't like a scam project. It wasn't like a quick influencer pump and dump. It's actually being built into something real. And I think the trenches have kind of always been craving like a real
Three
product.
3 weeks is a long term
Good
hold.
God.
It's we're cooked, man. We're
That's
cooked.
yeah, that's like a year right now for trenchers.
I mean, I'm interested in how you're thinking about the token, either integrating into the experience or kind of getting economic exposure to the success of this thing.
Yeah, so pretty much when these predictions and stuff come out, Pumpcade will take a small amount of bips on every single prediction, and the other half of that fee will go to the streamer. And yeah, all of these fees are just going to go straight back into buying the token and accruing value to the token. This isn't like the type of product where it's like, yeah, there's a token on the side and it's kind of completely unrelated. Like the token of Pumpcade will be directly tied to like the entire broader product and all of that stuff.
I think one of the interesting dynamics here that I often call it sort of the immaculate conception story here, where you kind of have these things that, because they aren't obvious or speculative bets early on, they actually kind of launch in a way that allows them to be compelling over the long term. And I talked to Hayden about the airdrop around Uniswap and sort of, how you can't just go and repeat that model today and have it work in the same way. And I think, we're seeing a lot of these ICM launches, but they're all very hyped, and the vast majority of people are coming in to play that sort of be early short-term game. So I often sort of wonder how replicable this stuff is, or if there, if you were to go start today, is there a strategy that you would apply, knowing what you know from how this token launched, that might be more repeatable for other builders?
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I think PumpCade is doing so well, like going back, is like this was never extremely hyped in the beginning. Like I wasn't saying, oh, I just launched this, it's gonna be a full company and stuff. It's almost like it had to go under the radar. And I think that you do have to hype things a lot less in the beginning, because you see these launches on like dev.fun, they get $20 million committed, they launch and they just tank immediately and stuff. I think things that are very, very overhyped are just going to die super quickly. And that's why like the launch of PumpCade was so interesting, is because people were like, oh, it's just like a silly side project. It went to like 200K market cap and now it nuked and it's trading sideways for a week. I think that too much hype in the beginning is really harmful for something, unless you have like incredible tech and everything built immediately from the start to kind of like foster like the growth of the token.
Yeah, even that seems to be struggling right now. We had the LitKey guys on recently, 3 years, 4 years of building incredible tech, and I don't know if that's a hype thing though. That's maybe not quite fair. Yeah, I think that's interesting.
Yes. So when you tweeted about coming on the stream, you said I might drop some never heard before info. Is there anything we haven't touched on yet that you want to share with the listeners?
Is there anything that I can say?
Isn't it just him showing up here, like the big thing? I feel like this is the big
for sure.
reveal.
I just want to make sure we're not surfacing anything we should be surfacing here.
No, I mean, it's like I kind of just accidentally reveal everything like in turn on Twitter, like as I tweet and stuff. Yeah, I do have some like pretty huge stuff, but it's like a couple weeks out from being announced. I think yesterday was really big, how like I was seeing how long I could keep going for like a month of just like tweeting super ominously and saying like, oh yeah, this is really big, this is cool, it's the biggest thing I've ever built. And then like yesterday I just got frustrated and I'm like, all right, here's the entire product, here's what I'm building. But there is a lot more to it. There's a lot working behind the scenes, partnerships. I'm in like 6 meetings a day every single day, and yeah, soon TM.
Awesome. And when's the product going to be live on Twitch or these other streaming platforms?
Can't give a date yet, but yeah, coming soon. Still a one-man team right now. A lot of the tech and infrastructure is already built. You will see the team scale pretty heavily very soon. Yeah, I didn't go like all into this to just be like a one-man team. Like we have an empire here, and we're gonna pump everyone's cades till they jackpot.
Let's go.
I mean, how do we bring? I feel like we've been wanting to mess around with prediction markets on stream in some way. I'm not sure if our content fits. Actually, yeah, would you see something like 11 a.m. the 11 a.m. stream being like a compelling place for PumpCade? I know we're not on.
Totally. I mean, you guys have a token, right? Like launched on Zora. Yeah, you can just have people in here all day speculating on the price of the token and just like, increasing retention, increasing the amount of people talking and stuff. We obviously want to do like start with markets that we know that we can resolve, so stuff on chain or like APIs and stuff. But in the future, it will move to more like arbitrary markets, and you can create everything. Obviously, like more trustworthy people will let them create markets that they can resolve themselves. But like, we're not going to let random people create a market and be like, boom, no, I get to decide what the outcome is.
Dude, and I'm not sure we even touched on this, but like the liquidity, like how is liquidity formed in these markets?
So yeah, it's all peer-to-peer markets. So it's essentially like if you want to take the yes side, you have to have someone take the no side in order for the market to create. Because these markets are super, super fast paced, like it's going to function a little bit different than traditional prediction markets. You're not going to be like selling your shares and stuff like that. It's essentially just going to be like yes or no, and they're going to balance out. And obviously you have to have the liquidity. Every single live stream will only allow one market to run at the same time. So that inherently reduces the amount of fragmentation that could be in a stream. And yeah, it's all peer-to-peer. We ball.
All right, man. Well, let us know when you're going live. Definitely. I mean, the two threads here are kind of coming over the top on, major platforms. I think that is very compelling. And I mean, you got a crew here that believe in you. At least that's what I see from people mentioning you. And actually, I think I saw some copy trades on FOMO that were basically just like Pop Pump going full time. That's why I just dumped 10K into this thing. So I was like, all right, bullish, let's go.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because I think people don't expect like someone like me to drop a token, especially like on Pump Fun. And then, I have kind of like a nice like work experience history. I was working for like a giant company, which was like my dream company to work for. They raised like $200 million, was doing protocol work there. And I think when people see like me leave like a really nice place to work and go full time, they're like, wait, he's serious about this. This can be something serious. And yeah, I mean, the support has been insane. My DMs are now like constantly flooded. I've gotten like thousands of new followers and stuff from this. And I do like that there are people that like, they don't even like support the idea or what I'm doing. They're just like, yeah, we support this guy. We know he works hard. And yeah, we want to ride along.
We ride.
I'm a believer, man. I'm a believer. You got one more.
Thank you.
You got one more.
Oh, man. Well, thanks for sharing here with us today. And yeah, I guess you'll have a couple fans here following your progress.
Sweet. Thank you so much, guys. Pump on my cade till I jackpot.
Classic. All right, go. Cigarettes inside. That's what you get right there.
Hell yeah. Peace.
Peace, buddy.